What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your friend Mega John, and welcome to Empire Intel. It's our new show here on the THoG Empire, and the main point of this show is for me to go all around the internet. I'm going to search through the bowels of the internet and find all of the latest gaming news each week, and we're going to cap off your week and get you caught up on all the big stories that are happening in the video game world. So for our very first episode, we got quite a few big stories. We got everything from Forza Horizon, we got some No Man's Sky news, some Overwatch, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. First off, the original Forza Horizon is reaching the end of life cycle. Microsoft announced that the game will be removed from the Xbox Store on October the 20th. Now, Forza Horizon released on the Xbox 360 in 2012, while its sequel released in 2014, and Forza Horizon 3 just released this past week on September 27th. Now, I just want to let you guys know that I'm getting ready to do a Forza Horizon 3 review on my main channel, and I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can go and check that out. I plan on having it up here the next, by the time you're watching this, maybe 3 or 4 days, and you'll see my thoughts of the game. Spoiler alert. I really like it. So, No Man's Sky, this is our next article. No Man's Sky is hitting rock bottom on Steam. So, Steam announced that the simultaneous player count has dropped below 1,000 players. Now, to put that into perspective, No Man's Sky's launch day player count was 212,000 concurrent players. So, things aren't going too good for No Man's Sky. Now, also, Hello Games is currently under investigation by the UK's Advertising Standards Authority for false advertising for the trailers and interviews that were shown, showing off all the cool stuff about the game that never appeared in the final product. And everything is being looked at, from various screenshots showing, different building structures that aren't in the final game, all the way to videos that are showing large-scale space battles and even flowing water, which doesn't happen in the game. Now, No Man's Sky has been a total clusterfuck. I was so excited. Everybody was so excited for this game, and it was not going to live up to all the hype, but it didn't even get close to the hype. It didn't even, ping the radar at all. Like, there was so much stuff wrong with this game, so many things we were promised, so many things that were shown that aren't there, and to make matters worse, Hello Games has gone completely dark since the game came out. I mean, they are not saying anything. They're releasing patches here and there, to just kind of fix issues with the game, and I mean, it's a total disaster, and I'm very glad that somebody's actually looking into this issue, and hopefully something gets done about this. If we can all get refunds for the game, which I know a bunch of people have, that would be great. Also, for our next story, Sony is throwing its hat back into the mobile gaming space. Now, the new studio that Sony's starting up is going to be called ForwardWorks. Now, ForwardWorks will be making games for both iOS devices and Android devices. Now, if you remember the last foray Sony had into the mobile market, they had the Sony Xperia phones and then the PlayStation Mobile push, and that thing just bombed. And this is their opportunity to get back into the mobile space. You see Nintendo's doing that now with Pokemon Go, and they have a Super Mario Run game coming out for iOS. And it looks like Sony's going to be doing the same thing, bringing some of their IPs into mobile apps for the two biggest platform holders in the mobile space, Android and iOS. Now, it's kind of awkward to see that we have the two biggest video game console manufacturers, Microsoft and Sony, that cannot find a footing in the mobile space at all. Windows Phone came out and it bombed. Sony came out with the PlayStation Mobile and their Xperia lines of phones, that bombed. So it looks like, Sony is going to try to take another crack at it, and I think this is exactly where they need to go. Then for our next story, we got some big Overwatch news. Now, for console players, it was announced this week that players on the PS4 and Xbox One will see a patch which will address the aiming issues with the game. Now the patch will add a new aiming mode called dual zone mode. And basically what that does is it will lower the sensitivity for a vast majority of the range movements on the right stick. And once you get to that outer 10% of the stick, it then kicks into turn acceleration. So you'll be able to turn faster when you hit the 10%, the final 10% of the stick movement. Now that's going to be coming out in an early patch, and the next big news for Overwatch is game director Jeff Kaplan. Now he came out in an interview and said that Symmetra will be buffed in an upcoming patch as well. Now he didn't really say how Symmetra would be buffed, but right now the way he explains it is Symmetra is only a situational character, and she's the least used character in the game right now. And a buff is going to be in order to change that and make her more viable. Now for me in Overwatch, I use Symmetra a few times when I play with my friend Crimsy. She uses Symmetra on a lot of our defense maps and does great with her, but that's the only time she's useful is for a map, an escort mission, whenever you need somebody to have a teleporter up to get back into the action quicker. So seeing her buffed in some kind of meaningful way to bring her into play into other game modes would be great for everybody. Every Overwatch player will, then have to pay more attention to Symmetra. And now for our last story. Now this is our big story of the week. There are new rumors coming out about Destiny 2. And some people will love it, some people will hate it. Now, what's going around right now is the rumors are just saying that Destiny 2 is going to be a much different game than the original Destiny. And because of that, what Bungie promised whenever Destiny launched, which was all of your characters, all of your weapons and gear are going to transfer to the next game, and the next game, everything's just going to keep stacking. Well, with these new rumors, it doesn't sound like that's going to be the case. Now, the bulk of Bungie's 750 plus employees are now working on Destiny 2, and Bungie is also getting help from other Activision studios like High Moon and Vicarious Visions. And some of the comparisons that are going out there right now are comparisons to what Blizzard did with Diablo 1, going from Diablo 1 to Diablo 2. Now, in that situation, the characters from Diablo 1 would not transfer over to Diablo 2. And with the game, with Destiny looking like it's going to take that same path, the characters probably won't transfer over. Now, what's also being floated out there is that Destiny 2 appears like it's going to be kind of like a reboot. That's what we're seeing, is it's going to be a reboot. There's going to be, it might involve leaving older planets behind, older characters behind, and that is the reason for the gear and the characters probably not moving forward into Destiny 2. With these new planets that Bungie is rumored to have in the game, it sounds exactly like what I wanted from the original Destiny. Now, the new planets are going to have their own outposts, their own communities and neighborhoods, and whole new ways to get quests. It's going to feel like a much more open world instead of how it's labeled now, which is a shared world shooter. And personally, I had a lot of fun with Destiny. I had, it didn't meet my expectations. It didn't meet anybody's expectations. But the gameplay loop was fun for that first year. I quit playing after the Taken King. And after I finished that quest line and did the raid, I was pretty much done with Destiny. I mean, the gameplay loop was there. It kept me coming back for a full year, which, is really saying something for a game that really lacked content at launch. It lacked any cohesive story. And it was a good game, but it wasn't a great game in my opinion. It was a grind, and I was expecting, more of an MMO feel, and it sounds like Destiny 2 is going to try to hit that MMO aspect if we're going to have much more open worlds with their own outposts and communities and neighborhoods and buildings. It's really got me excited for Destiny 2, which is more than I can say for the latest expansion to Destiny, which is Rise of Iron. I don't even care to play it. I'm so far, removed from Destiny. And it's, Destiny really holds a place in my heart, even though I don't enjoy it anymore, because I have a couple of really good friends of mine that actually work at Bungie, and, I really support everything they do. We've known each other for the last 17 years, and, it's great to know what those guys did, what those two guys did, and how they went on to Bungie and tested out Halo 3 and Halo Reach, and then got permanent jobs up there working on Destiny. So that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for this video right here. This is our very first Empire Intel episode. And we're going to be doing this every week. I'm going to go ahead and get all the stories, the stories that I think you guys are going to want to hear. And I'm going to give you my opinions on the news that's going on. Don't forget to check out the new show Frag Out right here on the THoG Empire channel with your host THoG Massacre. He's gonna have a new show coming out. I can't tell you much about it. I'll leave that up to him. And Rican is also coming back with the hashtag update series. So keep your eyes glued right here to the THoG Empire channel. Every week we're dropping these videos. Frag Out, hashtag update, Empire Intel. Don't forget to check out my main channel for more reviews. I'm going to be doing my reviews, as always, over on that channel. If there's anything I did not get to in those reviews, we'll talk about it right here on Empire Intel. But thank you guys for watching this video. Like this video, subscribe to THoG Empire, subscribe to X Megajohn, and we'll see you next time.